Hello everyone, let's discuss about service strategy, what value addition it adds to the business. In this slide we are going to discuss about goal, objective and business value that service strategy adds. The goal of service strategy to help service provider or to the business of service provider to operate and grow successfully in long term and provide ability to think and act in a strategic manner. The objective is to provide direction for growth, prioritization, investment and defining outcome against which the effectiveness of service management may be measured. By achieving these goals and objective, service strategy provides great business value which set clear direction for everyone for quicker decision. Service strategy helps building strategic assets which add value to business, guides entire service design, service transition and service operation in coherent manner for effective service operation. Service strategy provides best practice guidance for the service strategy stage of the ITIL life cycle. At the center of service life cycle in service strategy, value creation begins here with an understanding the organization objective and customer need. Every organizational asset include people, process and product that should support the strategy. In previous slides we were discussing about how few questions can help you to strategize your service. Now when we are doing something, we can ask few simple questions like what service should be offered and to whom? How should we define the service quality? These are the few things that add value to the business. How can a financial management provide visibility and control over the value creation? How do we differentiate from competing alternatives? How do we create value for customer? How do we effectively allocate resource across the service portfolio? How to make a case for a strategic investment? There are few more terms that are related to service strategy like service assessed, value through utility, warranty. In this slide I was trying to explain, and I have also explained that through a strategy what value we can add to the business. Here I have explained few points, and few points I have mentioned over the PPT. Enable the service provider to have a clear understanding of what type and level of service will make its customer successful and then organize itself optimally to deliver the support those services. The service provider will achieve this through a process of defining strategies and services, ensuring repeatable approach to define how value will be built and delivered that is accessible to all the stakeholders. Support the creation and maintenance of portfolio of qualified service that will enable the business to achieve positive returns. Facilitate functions and transparent communication between the customer and the service provider so that both have a consistent understanding of what is required and how it will be delivered. Now this was what I want to explain, that how service strategy add value to the business. Now we are going to discuss what are the outcomes that we get from service strategy. Now how service management enables its business outcome. In UNIT2 I have already explained what is service management. Managing these different services across the different phases of ITIL is known as service management. Now here we will explain how this service management affect the business outcomes. Business outcomes is the end result that we get. Now, service management is related to service assessed, which led to business outcome. Service management manages all these services like data, voice, resource, operations, which are the service assist of the organization. When these both are combined, then we get a business outcomes. For this, what I will do, I will just take a small example from a BPO industry. We get a ticket or request from the client to resolve some problem. Service management manages it, understand what is the problem depending upon the strategy that they have developed. They use the resources available within the organization to utilize it with the queries that they have received and resolve it for the business outcome. The second one, we are going to discuss how service provider enables a business unit's outcome. Like business unit take care of the customer assist and capabilities and resources. Suppose that we have a product issues coming. By using the customer capability or asset and resources, we resolve it. Now once we have resolved it, how customer is going to believe that in coming near future time we would not be having any problem from it. So we provide it with the service warranty just to minimize the risk and develop the confidence of our customer. And this led to the cost and idle capacity of the service provider. We only use the resources and capabilities that are available within the business unit to derive it. So the business outcome depend upon the service strategy and service assist. Now let's move to the next slide. Types of services. The types of services are further classified into core services, enabling services and enhancing services. Now I'll explain you what is a core services. A service that delivers the basic outcomes desired by one or more customer. Like core services are the simple services in day-to-day life that is needed. Suppose that some services provided related to some printers or router or switches that are implemented within the organization. So these are the core services, and this would be keep on coming day to day and every day. Now let's see enabling services. What is enabling services? The services which help to deliver the core services are known as enabling services. Enabling services generally support the core services. Like, I'll just use an example to explain you. When we are using a core services, we would require some support. Likewise, when we are providing some support to our customer into a core, we would require some services from external vendors like data connectivity, voice over the call and other kind of stuffs that would be supporting the core services. This kind of thing, like this kind of services which help the core services to deliver this service is known as enabling services. Now let's discuss about enhancing services. What is an enhancing service? Enhancing services is the services that is added to core services to make it more attractive to the customer. Suppose that customer is over a call and they are asking some queries. If you go on explaining them and there is no G-linear sound and you are just sounding very boring, then customer would be least interested in listening to you. To make it more attractive, what we do, we enhance the services. Likewise, in previously we used to have a call center where we used to call and give our complaints and they used to come and do so and so. But these days what we have started taking the online services. So what we have done, we have enhanced the core services by taking an online complaint. Now your customer has not to call at your center and he has to wait over the queue that some executive or representative would be free and they would be providing them with the solutions. Now what? They have to just put across a query over the website and support executive will reach them over their call. They will figure out what is the problem. They will support them. Another example for enabling services is that somewhere around 5-10 years back, when there used to be some problem in your PCs, internet was not that good with everyone. Engineer has to travel to particular location or place where the support was needed. But now what we generally do, we provide an online support to our customer. We ask our customer to connect their PC to high speed internet. We share a small tool. By using that tool, we can share the customer screen and we try to get the problem sorted out. So these are all the things. These are the examples which will give you clear idea what is enabling the services, what is enhancing the services. The last example which I used, that could be considered in both, like that has enabled the core services, like this in core services is taking support of some tool to share the customer screen. That is the complete support provided by enabling service team, and that tool has to be very attractive and it should have all the function and all, is the part of enhancing service team. Now the same thing, type of services with examples we are going to discuss. IT services, office automation. Like its core services is to word processing, enabling that services is the download and install of the updates, and enhancing is the document publication to the professional printers for high quality brochure. IT service and office automation is the service. Core service, what is the reason behind that we are putting it? The core objective from the service is the word processing. Enabling in the sense that we can download it from the internet with the updates, and enhancing it that we are using a high quality paper and printer to get the printout. The second one is IT services benefit trackings. Like core services comes in, what comes into it is employee of company can monitor the status of their benefit like health insurance and extra. Now enabling services, a portal that provide a user front end access to benefit the tracking services, which I have explained. I have used another example. Customer can create and manage the fitness or weight loss program. Like this are enhancing the services. So now I think it would be much clear. The first example is very simple. The second example I'll just quickly explain it. Like an organization has a benefit tracking IT services introduced, in which they monitor the health insurance and health of their employees. That is enabled. This service is enabled, or you can say support is provided to the core services by the use of a front end which help in tracking the health insurance, maintaining that kind of exercise, what weight and what kind of program, weight loss program you have to follow. Now core and enabled services is being enhanced by enhancing services by adding features such as fitness or weight loss. So this was all with these services and services examples. Next slide we are going to discuss customer, users, service strategy process and key concepts of service strategy.